Okay, this is
Awesome.
not Memorex.
Nope, totally cool. Welcome back, Metal Summoners. We are right back at you. We're turning and burning them. We're having a great time at Rockin' Pod. We appreciate Chris and Tracy for putting this together and always having us out here. So we're going to jump right back into it. We are going to stay on schedule. We are very honored and gracious to have Bebe Buell joining us. Thank you so much for putting us on your schedule and allowing us to talk for a little bit.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for being at the show last night.
Absolutely, it was absolutely
I
fantastic.
hope I kicked your ass good.
You sure did. My back still hurts from when I hit the wall.
That's good. Turn around, I'll do it again.
Absolutely. Don't threaten me with a good time. How was the stage? How did it feel?
Well, the thing is, I played a lot of shows cold here in Nashville with the Rock and Roll Residency, and with the long players, and I've guested a lot. But last night, I was on stage with three people I had never been on stage with. Only Jeremy Ashbrook is my bud, and we had no rehearsal, nothing. They didn't even rehearse, so it was like one of those moments where okay, I'm a professional or I'm not. And I went up there, and the crowd is what fed me last night. It was very magic. It was nice. It was really a good feeling.
Absolutely. When it came to the songs you got to perform, did you get a say in it? Did they kind of give you a list to choose from?
Well, a lot of requests for Love Removal Machine, because that's part of my repertoire now. I've been doing that song for a few years. So, of course, we asked people what they wanted to hear. So I got lots and lots of that. And I've done Is It My Body a couple of times, and I'm getting ready to record it for my next album.
Nice.
So it was, their idea. Jeremy actually said, let's do Body, and we played it a half step down, though. It was a little train wrecky, but it still sounded awesome. When I got home and was watching the iPhone, I started laughing because it really sounded cool, because it was like the Stones when they're not perfect. It was like...
Rock and roll shouldn't be perfect.
No, it was nice and messy, but I thought I sung okay.
Yeah.
And I did have to do a lot of screaming last night because the monitors were not working well, but that's all right. I like to scream. I'm a screamer.
There we go. And how was the vibe from the crowd?
It was just wonderful. But I'm sort of insufferable to my audiences. I will not begin singing until they're there. I see this, and I feel the engagement. And they were great. I thought it was a great crowd.
So, man, right on. Angel?
How far are you into your next record?
I haven't even started it. No, because I just got this book put out, and my publisher, is Hozak Records and Book, Hozac. If you guys don't know who Hozak is, you got to find out, because they're the most exciting new publisher. They do records and books. They're like the only, besides Third Man, that really does this so successfully and well. So they're my publisher, and they also remastered my very first record, Covers Girl, that I did with the Cars and Rick Derringer, with 2 bonus tracks, and including the original from '81 of my version of Bang a Gong that John Taylor heard, that inspired him to start the power station. Wow. So when you hear my version next to their version, you're going to go, what? And mine's from 1981 and theirs is 1985. But it's 6 new songs. So if you go to Hozak.com, you can download the remastering of my record with 2 bonus tracks.
So how was it revisiting that album? Did it bring back memories?
Well, I can never, your first record follows you everywhere you go. And so every time I do an autograph session or do a show, somebody has it, somebody brings it. And so just like the Playboy Centerfold and everything, I've done so many things in my life that people will show up with stuff that I don't even remember doing, like modeling jobs. But there was this job I did for Italian Vogue one time in 1976 or something, and I never got to see it. And I was so upset because I was working with a world-renowned photographer. Makeup took, 6 hours, and it was like crazy. Never saw it. I'm sitting at Chiller, and this person from Italy that couldn't speak much English goes, I have this Italian Vogue that would you like me? I love you to sign. I was like, can I buy that from you? I was like, so
it's the missing piece of my catalog.
He was getting ready to pay me to sign it. And I was like, dude, I will give you $100 to give me that magazine.
Were you able to buy it?
I bought it.
Nice.
You still got
Because,
an autograph.
I mean, I try to have I'm getting ready to have a documentary made about my life, and they kind of want me to have like 1,000 things from my archive, and it's been such a journey. Oh my God. You can imagine how much stuff I've got, you guys.
Absolutely.
So it's fun, you discover a lot.
How is it? Talk a little bit, of course, about your memoirs. And
You
when
can get my book. It's
Oh,
right
oh no, of course. But just when it comes to, I can imagine, let alone with the documentary, but even just in print, like having to sit, think things through, revisit old things. Did you ever have to go back? You probably would have to go back even a few times when you remember another important memory that you maybe didn't write about.
Well, this one's called Musings, Music, and Magic. So some of it's not chronological, some of it is. Some of it's kind of filling in holes. Rebel Heart, and since I did Rebel Heart, Madonna comes along and she became a Rebel Heart. And I just think, my first book was 22 years ago. So COVID came and I was bored, and well, not bored, but I'm never bored. I appreciate life, but I couldn't perform. I couldn't go out, so I started writing again. And I'm writing this book, no co-writer, wrote it all by myself with a really good editor. And I decided to go the route that I went with the publishing to tie my music and my book. I was a New York Times bestseller with Rebel Heart. I've already sold more books than I did with Rebel Heart with this book independently.
That's awesome.
So the independent market is very strong right now. People should not poo-poo it. You really can reach a lot of your fans. If you really want to reach your fans, go indie. That's the way to do it. That's how you find out if you have fans, too.
True. I mean, oh, no, absolutely. Well, like the blackout birthed this show, really. I mean, we were 3 episodes in, everything shut down. And we really kind of tightened up our belts and was like, you know what? We feel obligated as fans, as professionals, and just because of how much it means to us to keep anybody that we can relevant where they can no longer be seen as regularly, whether it's touring or this. And some people are getting into film. Some people are just doing solo music. Some are writing books and stuff. So that was something that Angel and I really wanted to concentrate on, was keeping everyone in the public eye.
But I've been in this business since I was 17, 18 years old. I've worked consistently throughout my entire career. Even if I had a glamorous boyfriend, I still had my own money, my own life, my own career. I never stopped my life for anything. I never allowed, I had so many friends that became drug addicts, became reclusive, who gave up all their identity for their partners, and then they would end up, divorced and alone. And I was just determined that was not going to happen. I waited. My husband and I have been together for 24 years, but I waited a long time to get married.
Okay.
My first marriage I don't want to talk about. But
no worries.
He's not famous. It's just I made a boo-boo.
Gotcha.
Mommy made a blunder. But my current husband, Jim, not a blunder.
Awesome.
He's my archangel. But, so when you've done as many things as I have, you really have to sort of hone it in. So when skeptics say, I didn't know you could rock, or, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just solve this. Just come see me.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and try to explain it to you. If you want to see me rock, come. If you like it, then cool.
Is that something that you always believed in from a young age, that you wanted to stay strong and independent regardless of who you may or may not be attached to?
I don't know where this stuff comes from, if you want me to be honest. I mean, I knew at 10 years old I was going to hang out with Mick Jagger, and I would dance in front of the mirror with my hairbrush and stick a sock down my pants because I always saw a bulge in his pants, rock and roll bulge. And I always noticed it was on the left. So I made sure my sock was on the left, and I'd prance around. So I knew somewhere, primal, I had no idea that was a penis. I thought it was just fashion.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the way the pants were. I thought you had to have that to be a rock star. Then Janis Joplin came along, and I'm looking for her bulge. I'm like, she must not wear the same pants as me. But the thing is that you just instinctively have whatever it is. There's really no explanation. I don't think at least there was no premeditation on my part. I just sort of knew very young where I was going to go and who I was going to know. That, I think we pick our life. I think our souls are eternal and they travel and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Absolutely. It's incredibly hard for me to hand a segment over to you on just a normal plane. It's always got to be some crazy topic before I kick it over to
I'm
you.
sorry, am I getting all crazy?
No, we love it, but we always have, it always seems that every time it's time for me to direct Angel's turn with the guest, we're coming off some crazy topic, and this time it's rock and roll bulge. So it's just too hilarious.
Rock and roll bulge and the spiritual connection to knowing your future.
Yes.
That's quite complex.
100%.
It's like now I gotta go back to Rolling Stones videos and see if Mick Jagger.
It's on the left?
It's gotta be on the left, dude. If it's on the right, you're wrong.
I mean, if it was really tight,
I mean, I know, but you find yourself checking everything after that. Every picture, left, right. You know a real rock star when he knows left. He knows stage left.
Oh yeah, he knows where to point.
It's hysterical.
It's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, what are you doing?
That's Bobby.
Cockshot. No.
You have no idea how right you are.
See, now Bobby always pops up when there's a crazy topic.
That's what Tony always says. Bobby always pops up.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny.
Bobby.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, let's go, Angel. Hit me. No
on
penis.
If you look at my shirt, you can see a few of them.
What? You got penis on it? My God, Bobby's got penises on his shirt. Bobby, please don't make me look left or right now.
You got ex, Tony. You got ex's husband.
You're naughty. Go play over there.
See? It's like you prophesized it.
I told you, man. Summoners, you guys know.
All right, so Angel, what did you want to ask me before we were so rudely interrupted by an awesome person?
I'm doing a straight face right now. Okay, we're pretty serious.
I know, it's really hard now once we've done bulge. Have you guys seen that page on Instagram, The Daily Bulge, yet?
No.
It's awesome.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Oh, there is.
Oh, dude, they've got
like
the
morning word.
they've got like the people of Walmart. There's a insanely
You've
crazy.
You've never gone to cameltoe.com?
No. I mean, I thought.
Damn, you're so anti-fun.
I am not. I mean, I thought the boat stuff was morning word.
Oh, some people get offended when you talk like this. So
no, we don't. We don't get offended.
Let's move into the next. Try not to laugh.
Would you ever do a film based on your life? And if you do, who would you get to? What actors would you get to play you?
Right now, they're getting ready to make a documentary about my life. A couple of people have expressed interest in purchasing my life story. I had to sign an NDA. One was a very famous actress. Very, very famous actress. But this was 15 years ago, and she was younger when it's probably going to end up being an unknown person when it does finally get made, because they have to start like, a young 17, 18 years old, and they have to be able to age. And then somebody else probably comes in and plays you again after you go past 50 or whatever. I'm not really sure how they do it. But I don't really know. I have no idea. I think it's going to be an unknown. I do. And a couple of the girls that really do look like me are very tiny. And I'm 5'10". And, maybe they don't want all the actors to have to stand on boxes or whatever. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't even think about it. But I'm thinking about the documentary, because that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a lot of work.
Awesome.
It's not going to be out for 2 years, though. They take a long time to shoot.
Absolutely. Well, BB, we can't thank you enough.
Are we
And
done?
yeah.
Oh my God,
we
we
were
was
just
having
having
so
fun.
much fun.
yeah, well, we will definitely
Is
Is
awesome that-
Blackie making me leave?
never. But we are happy to reach out to you if you would love to. We'd love to have you for an extended episode. And please, this was great. We'll have a great time and have you on a regular BB episode. And we look
Yes.
forward to everything and have a great 2023.
Thank you, and you guys have a good day.
Yes.